You also hear Sri Sampradaya, but as often as not, there's reference made to Ramanujacharya, and in the Madhva line itself to Madhvacharya, because of the contributions they made to people's lives in clarifying what's Krishna consciousness in their lives and clarifying the processes to be followed, the practices to have in place, what should be emphasized and what should not be so much emphasized like this. So in our line, in that sense, we can say that sort of founder Acharya figure initially is Lord Chaitanya, because he's given the Sankirtan movement, which is the Yuga Dharma. Lord Chaitanya, we're all, I think, well aware of who Lord Chaitanya is and what he did and the importance. So, of course, that was 500 and something years ago. But now, since then, since that time of Lord Chaitanya and his very intimate associates, the six Goswamis and various others, Srila Prabhupada has come and established this International Society for Krishna Consciousness all over the world. You know, before Srila Prabhupada really started preaching and really getting into preaching, the Sankirtan movement of Lord Chaitanya was, at least shall we say, a little stagnant. It wasn't dead, but it was not, things were not happening so much. Srila Prabhupada emphasized book distribution. I heard one story, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta, he tried to emphasize book distribution, and he printed books, he printed many things that he wanted his disciples to distribute. But they were not so enthusiastic about that, because some of them said, if we have to go out and sell these books to people on the streets and get money from them and somehow or other talk to them to get them to take the books and so on, we may fall into the mode of passion, because business means mode of passion, make money, sell, be successful like that. So we don't want to fall into the mode of passion. So we will be very sattvic and very good and very nice and sweet devotees and stay in the temple, and, you know, on the weekends or festivals, we'll meet the people and say some things, but not really go out and give the mercy. So this is slightly subtle. Some of you might not get it, but you know there's three modes of material nature: goodness, passion, and ignorance, sattva, rajas, and tamas, guna. There are these three. Highest is goodness, passion is in the middle, and ignorance is the lowest. So the devotee said to Srila Bhaktisiddhanta, I don't want to distribute books because I may fall into the mode of passion because of the sort of, you could say, apparent business type of orientation which is involved. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta's answer was, my question is, when will you come up to the mode of passion? Did you get it? In other words, he's saying, you're saying you want to be nice and sweet devotee, but actually you're just in ignorance, just sort of dead. So Srila Prabhupada, since the time of Lord Chaitanya and his really immediate followers, Srila Prabhupada presented the Sankirtan movement and distributed it all over the world. One devotee said to Prabhupada that Srila Bhaktisiddhanta, he didn't go outside India. He never went outside India, and he established his organization within India, and it was going on, but just within India. And Prabhupada said, yes, Lord Chaitanya left the rest of the world for me. So Srila Prabhupada, see what he did? He took the Sankirtan movement, which is the Yuga Dharma, it is the process for becoming Krishna conscious in Kali Yuga, and he really spread it in a huge way, so that all around the world, in practically every country, other than a few sort of countries that have gone haywire, but in every sort of regular enough country on the face of the earth, the Sankirtan movement is there and is going on, generally on a daily basis. And every day people are becoming influenced and becoming devotees. And it's all coming from Prabhupada. So founder acharya means a person who you could say revolutionizes the tradition, just like Ramanujacharya did, Madhvacharya did, Lord Chaitanya did, revolutionized the tradition. Srila Prabhupada revolutionized the tradition, and particularly emphasizing Sankirtan, the distribution of Krishna consciousness in whatever way it can be distributed. And then things like how to practice Krishna consciousness. 16 rounds a day. I don't know how many times I've been asked, why 16? Why not? If you chant 16 rounds a day and you really apply yourself, that will keep you in Krishna consciousness every day. And you'll not sort of drift off into some dream world of how the material world could be nice. You'll actually be fixed in Krishna consciousness. Of course, the more the better. But, to drive to Johannesburg, you need a certain minimum petrol. If you don't have enough, run out on the way and then you're in trouble. So to get through the day in Krishna consciousness, we need to chant 16 rounds of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra and really try and apply ourselves. And this Prabhupada gave us specifically. His contemporaries did not give that. Follow the 4 regulative principles. In the organizations of Prabhupada's godbrothers, his contemporaries, they don't emphasize that, particularly for householders. You know what is the 4th regulative principle? Anyway, no illicit sex life. With the householders in those groups, they don't even really talk about it. But Prabhupada knew these things are essential for actually becoming really Krishna conscious to the degree that you get out of Maya and you can really make progress and approach the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Prabhupada's not just an ordinary guru. Yeah, just not the ordinary big Swami. We gave the example the other day that there are many different types of motor cars. And someone who sort of doesn't know much about these things, he may not understand that some cars are better than other cars. Like a Mercedes-Benz, we're all familiar with Mercedes-Benz. I think many of you drive them, or BMW, similar type of thing. And they're a higher standard. It's a higher standard of manufacture, performance, and just everything as compared to, well, like what would you say? A mini. Having traveled in a few minis, I was not impressed, put it that way. So if you compare a mini to a Mercedes-Benz, you can always say, well, look, it's got 4 wheels, same thing. It's got an engine, same thing. It's got a steering wheel, same thing. It's got a body you can sit in. It's the same thing as a Mercedes-Benz. Same thing. So, there you go. That's all you need.